Brave Makers Show is hosted by Tony Gapastione and Kyrstina Jackson. Thanks for tuning in. It's showtime.
What's up, everybody? It's showtime. Tony Gapastione here, pronouns he, him, his. I'm a Caucasian man with brown hair and some scraffily salt and pepper beer with some glasses and a green shirt in my studio that says Brave Maker Podcast on the back wall. And we are doing a Brave Maker Film Fest recap with some of our very special and talented filmmakers. But first, I'm always with my friend, creative collaborator, and wow, cosplay player, Kyrstina Wray Jackson.
What's going on, Tony? It's so good to be here for our recap film festival show. How amazing is that? I'm Kyrstina Jackson. My pronouns are he, she, they. I am queer and coming to you from Dublin, California. I'm back in my studio and missing Redwood City. Oh my goodness, Tony. It was like 4 days of seduction. I was like, I could live here. What?
Yes, you could.
Love Redwood City.
Can we get you over here? Because I know you
love
love Dublin.
Me over there.
Let's work
I know
on that.
Dublin's beautiful, but Redwood City is pretty awesome. I'm rocking the Joaquin Phoenix pretty much Joker look with Foxy Brown. And we'll get into a little bit later. Black turtleneck with some gold chains. And I've got some art behind me. Yeah, let's do this, Tony. I'm ready to go.
Let's do this. So if you're watching live, we want you to jump in and share. And if you're watching this on the replay, we're still looking for... I'm still riding the adrenaline high. I can't really calm myself down. Partly because the whole team is still texting videos and there's like all this media happening. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I'm going to try to keep it on the down low because, you know, we need to come down a little bit, but there's so many things to celebrate and to reflect on. So we're going to jump right in. It's not a usual show for us. We're going to have 4 others. So there's going to be 6 of us to navigate. Amy Cohen, our live show producer, is on her way to the airport right now, but she said she might be able to be doing some quotes from her iPad or iPhone while she's in line checking in. So we're so glad for that. But no further ado, let's welcome our selected filmmakers who are hanging with us for the weekend. Kayla Robinson of
Welcome, Kayla.
Ball. Damien D. Smith of Target St. Louis, Volume 1.
That's right. Welcome, Damien.
Eli Vasquez of Bodies Will Tumble and Roll and Brave Maker's first grand prize grant winner.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Welcome, Eli. Congrats.
And Nick Musleh of Love's Labor's Lost.
Welcome back, Nick.
What's up, our friends? So I'll start off on the other night. It was like 3 a.m. when I left the party.
Wow.
And I watched Nick and Sean McCarthy like hug it out and chat. And all of a sudden in my mind, I said, did they know each other before? And I just said that out loud. And they're like, no, we just met on the first date, much like all of you. But it felt like there were so many things crammed in and packed. And we were like just fast friends all around. So let's just jump in. We'll start with first reflections. All right. And do your pronouns, intros, physical descriptions, all that kind of stuff. Nick, I'll start with you since I just called you out.
All right. Yeah. My name is Nick Musleh, and I'm a Middle Eastern American man. I basically look like Tony, a less attractive version of Tony with a hat. But
dude, that's a compliment. Let's just say we're brothers because you're a very attractive Middle Eastern man. I'll take it.
Oh, right on. It just, you took the words out of my mouth. It was just like, it felt very familiar. It felt like coming home. and I just was in awe and really inspired, not just by the work, but just how great, what good people everybody was, all of you, you know, and then everybody behind the scenes. And yeah, I mean, that's really all I could say to decompress. Like I was slightly depressed. I texted Kayla the other day. I was like, I'm like a little depressed that it's over.
Yeah.
So like joking, but not joking.
Yeah.
I just had a blast spending time with you guys every moment of the 4 days I was there. So yeah, it was wonderful.
Beauty. Kyrstina,
So
who you want to
wonderful.
call out next?
I want to jump over to Kayla. Yeah, it definitely felt like camp. Did you get those vibes, Kayla? Didn't it feel like we were at like
Oh my
film
gosh.
festival camp or something? Yeah.
Yeah, it was just so many just amazing people, and like I wouldn't expect anything less from the Brave Maker family. Just the types of people that are attracted to the community, and just so many just amazing people, so many amazing stories. Like just I felt like I just was constantly crying because of just so many stories
Yeah.
just like hit me in so many different ways, and it was a lot of firsts for me, and this was my first Ball is Ball is my directorial debut, and that was the premiere of that project also, and it's something that's deeply personal, and so being able to have people react and receive it, and people sharing their stories with me and how it touched them, like that's why the film was made. And I'm just so happy that I was able to share that experience within this specific community. It felt like a very safe community to do so. And yeah, I'm back in Texas now. It's 104 degrees just every day. So I also miss Redwood City.
Come back to Redwood City.
I know.
Kayla, do you want to do your physical descriptions and pronouns?
Oh, yes, of course. I am an African-American woman. I still have this blowout. It's still hanging on somehow, but typically we're rocking a big afro. Have on a white tank top and some AirPods.
Thank you. Eli, your turn.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm Eli Vasquez, director, writer of Bodies Will Tumble and Roll. My pronouns are he, him, his. I am a brown guy. If you saw me, you'd be like, that guy is definitely Puerto Rican. I have an afro that's post-shower right now. It's a little wet in a green hoodie. And yeah, I mean, y'all, it was when you said camp, that makes a lot of sense. It just felt good. It just felt warm. It felt inviting. Like everyone said, oh, you're so comfortable in the Pitch Fest. I'm like, well, because it was such a comfortable like space to be in. And that's just a thirst trap. That's all. That's nothing really filming.
That's a good
but yeah, it was such a beautiful experience. I really had a great time. I didn't feel that pressure. It honestly felt like a festival created by artists for artists, and that's why it felt so comfortable. And like right when I walked in, I was like, this is going to be a good time. And that's how you know you have a good sign for a festival. Right when you walk in, you know you're going to have fun. So
thank you. Hey, we're also going to be asking you things we could do better and different, just so you know, because we know it's not all popcorn and rainbows and unicorns or whatever else they say. Damien Smith, what you got?
Well, hey, good people. I am Damien D. Smith, director and writer of Target St. Louis Volume 1 documentary. He, him, his are my pronouns, and I am an African-American man on the darker side of things with I don't know if this is I have something on my head. I'm not sure what is my sides of shade. There's curl things going on over there, and I have a James Baldwin t-shirt on. So
nice.
Did I do better this time, Kyrstina?
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming together.
Hopefully, okay. So listen, I enjoyed this festival so much. It was a fresh, refreshing breath of air when I got there, and I could feel the energy already. Everyone was artist friendly. It was something that it fostered conversation. You good people fostered conversation, you fostered collaboration, and you fostered a good time and a in a positive, safe, creative film space. And that's something that's very important. So that's why I think that the through line and the theme of this has been, it was like artist friendly. And this is kind of a place that you want to go and feel valued and appreciated for, those hours, that 2:15, those 4:08 a.m. hours that we dedicate to our craft and our work. And I feel like you were appreciated at this festival. So I appreciate you good people for making that feeling happen. And it was a good time.
Absolutely. We definitely appreciate you, Damien, for coming out. Fun fact, Damien shared with us back in the green room, he would love to play the Joker type role in one of these films. He is open to that. So putting that out there, because I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be real fun, man. We have a good time with that, with the makeup and all. I have to have your artist hook me up though, because that's a good
oh yeah, she's right across the hall. Yeah, she's got you.
So,
Kyrstina, are you going to Comic-Con at all? Isn't Comic-Con coming up?
It is. However, I will be in Chicago with Tony. That's
right. Come out to Chicago, y'all.
Film festival. So I will not be making San Diego's Comic-Con this year.
Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
Christy and I are going to be at the Filmmakers Theater on Hollywood Avenue with the Blue Whiskey Film Festival on Wednesday, July 20th. But we're talking about the Wray Film Fest here right now. So I want to ask you all for some. Was there like some moments? Can you just give us some moments, whether it was a conversation that you had or maybe sitting in someone else's film that moved you, got you, you all, I feel like for the four of you on here, you were very active, you were very present in all of the things, and there was probably 30-ish filmmakers, and some just dipped in for the day because they just had a film in the short films section. Maybe they couldn't come Thursday, and they hopefully had a good experience in that one section, but you were here from beginning to end, so you sort of have a very objective / subjective point of view. So I'm wondering what specific stories are lingering for you. Who wants to kind of pop out and start? Go ahead, Danny. Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'll start off. It was like when we first started off, the first day you were having these photo shoots to the inside of the theater right there, exactly right there. That photo shoot was happening, and then it rolled into another film right after the photo shoot. First of all, the photo shoot was just dope. It really makes the filmmakers feel appreciated, and also highlighting us, because we're out here pushing the line as independent filmmakers, most of us. So that type of exposure or those type of things, but those photos can go for help us out for other things, other EPKs, all those other things. That's a value within itself that I definitely appreciate. But then I left out of there from doing a photo shoot, then the film started, and then after that I went outside and I saw that there was another film happening in that courtyard area right in front of the courthouse.
Nick
and I was like,
Nick's
film. Yep. And I was like, yo, this is so dope. And that right there set the stage for the weekend for me. What I did the festival for me. I was like, yo, this is really impressive. And the energy just flowed, the synergy flowed. It was all the signage. It was branded well. It just made you feel like you're at a festival that that's here to stay. Yeah.
I'll take that here to stay for sure. Yeah. And I have a big announcement that's going to be coming up. I'm going to say part one of that big announcement. I can't say part two yet, but there's something that burgeoned from the film festival that next year at our next festival will be in place in a really big and cool way. And I can't wait to share more, but here to stay. I will take those words to the bank. So thank you, Damien,
Tony, with the teasers. What's going on? I want to know. And yeah, Tony, just phenomenal opening day. Like first impressions when I got to the Fox Theater and I saw the lighting and the decor and the food and the photographer and the people. It was so just brilliant and beautiful. And I had nothing to do with any of that. So it was just so surprising and wonderful to see how opening day unfolded. So yeah, hats off to you guys and your team, whoever was a part of that, Jessica, Karen, everyone who helped pull that off. It was really stunning.
Thank you. So fun to do.
Yeah.
What else? What other stories pop for you all? There's some tears going on, Kayla, at yours that I thought was super meaningful. And you said in your, I have like combed through so many Instagram posts, and one thing that stands out from you is vulnerability is my superpower, is what I heard you say.
Yeah.
And I thought, I kind of got like, ooh, I got the, let's riff on that a little bit, because I think the world is yearning for people to be honest and authentic. Like, and that's why I want to also be real. Like, it was great, but we can do better, and we will. And there's things that I didn't go as planned, but you were vulnerable in a very specific way, fragile way. So talk about that as a filmmaker, and then just as a human as you were sharing your story.
Yeah. It was one thing to, as a filmmaker, when you're in the edit and you go in color, but it's still very like siloed, or you're only kind of sharing it with a small group of people. And we finished the film, and I was like, okay, yeah, this feels good. I still was in like a very like confident space of like, yeah, I like the film that we made, and I like the story that we're telling. But then time goes by, and you're like, okay, like people haven't seen this yet. And like the story I'm sharing wasn't one that I've shared publicly before. And kind of as the time got closer and closer to actually sharing it, that's when I finally was like, oh my gosh, like I'm telling this story. But once I'm so happy that I was able to share it with my mom. That's my mom right there. She made the trip with me, and I just felt very held in that moment. And I knew I was okay, and I was in a safe space to share this story and to share this project. Kyrstina was hosting the panel. And yeah, you just kind of let the reins go and just let it flow. And I know that even from the very beginning doing the table read, like after we got to the end of the film, like it was just quiet for a moment. And I was like, hey, let's all just breathe. And people just started sharing, reflecting. And because of my vulnerability, people have entrusted me with their vulnerability. And just hearing so many stories, and you feel like all of the things that happen in the world, that sometimes it feels like you're the only one that's experiencing something, when in actuality, like trauma is a human experience. And that's what the film was created for. The film wasn't created just for me. The film was created for other people. It was created to create this space for people to be vulnerable with themselves, to acknowledge something that happened to them, or just to see that there is hope moving forward, and we can heal together. Like you don't have to go through something by yourself. And so it just became, like I'm a big feeling person. I have big emotions, and that's something that for a long time I thought was I had to control in some specific way. Even thinking about other moments in the festival, like I was in the part 2 of the industry panel, and I left early to go to catch the women in film panel, but I messed up the time. I ended up catching the end of the veteran documentaries block, and they were I missed the films, unfortunately, but they were in the midst of having discussion. And my father is a veteran. I'm a house of veterans. San Antonio is a military city, and just hearing the way that those two filmmakers were discussing veterans, and the way that they were just speaking about them with such a care, and like it touched me. And I'm like, I didn't even see the film, but I'm just so touched about this group of people. And I had to let them know, and even like getting emotional, like sharing that with them. And I didn't even see the films. It was just, I was just felt so touched. And yeah, like that, like there's just so many moments that I just feel so filled. Like I just felt so filled at the festival. Like even just conversations with people, and yeah, man, just like I just feel like I float. I'm like leaving for a moment, just like reflecting on it. But man, like that was such an amazing experience.
Word.
Yeah, I have a question for Kayla. So you have this film, you have Ball is Ball, you haven't shared it with everyone. It's a very personal, close story to your heart. And I know, like, as an actor, as a filmmaker, you have these dreams about when I show my film and the response, and it's going to be great, and people are going to go wild, and it's going to touch a lot of people, and there's going to be like standing ovations and everything like that. Your film was one of the few that I saw received a standing ovation after the film, after the panel. What did that feel like to have that response to your film?
In many ways, it was relief that I'm like, oh, good, people like it. But it was also like I made sure to sit in the front so that no one could turn around and look at me while it was playing, because as soon as it started playing, I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening. And man, just it felt completely different watching it with other people than it did watching it by myself. Like I felt the energy in the room, and I was very intentional throughout the filmmaking process to make sure everybody was okay. Like I knew it was a charged story. So having we had an intimacy coordinator on set that just handled any of the film deals with sexual assault. So dealing with the actual scene that took place. And Tiffany, my lead actress, we just had a lot of conversations and just constantly making sure she was okay. And just my goal with the project was never to traumatize or re-traumatize anybody. So I took that role very seriously in making sure everybody was cared for. And I wanted to bring that into the screening as well. I did not want to, I wanted to make sure everybody was okay. So having time for people to kind of breathe and let that pass through them. And Dr. Sheena led us through some deep breathing and just time to reground after the film screened, and then talking through the panel. And it confirmed for me that that's how that film was meant to be shared. Like I want to be able to have this be a full experience where Kyrstina, you worded it really well in the panel, just like this is a wellness retreat. And I almost wish there was more time. So just have just a bigger day of it. And it just a bunch of survivors healing. And it just feels like it could be something so powerful.
Definitely, though, a lot of the films, especially Damien, your film too, they feel like they're not just films. Like Ball is Ball very much felt like a wellness workshop retreat, if you will. Target St. Louis felt like the history class you wish you had when you were in high school or college. You know what I mean? Just really putting the facts out there in a real way to help you understand the world that you're living in and why. Yeah, I really appreciated that.
There was another film.
Forget our Shakespeare. Yeah.
We'll get to Shakespeare very quick. The Rebellious Life of Rosa Parks. That film paired with your film, Damien. I mean, there were so many times when I was just thinking, why aren't we showing more movies in school? Like we need teachers teach, but teachers use more movies. There's so many cool things out there that could be educating your students. So Nick, speaking of Shakespeare, you told me at the party your Shakespeare teacher was there and there was some inspiration that happened. Talk about that.
Oh yeah. So I got actually one for everybody, and I'm going to try to get through it real quick, but that starts with me. That was the first night. I was honored to be there the first night outside in that square, like Damien mentioned. I hadn't really spoken or been in the same place with this teacher in 21 years. He's a professor at Santa Clara University, and he directed me in Love's Labor's Lost 21 years ago.
Wow.
And in addition to my family coming out, my producer Matt coming out, he walked up and he had a mask on, so I was like, who's this guy approaching me? And then it was him. And we got to talk the next day, and he just really, that was a really meaningful moment for me, because I got to express to him how grateful I was for, how he touched my life. And then I said that things that he put in that production really stuck with me, and they made it into the film. And then I also got to show him my spin on it. And he was so amazing about it. He was like, oh man, I loved it. Never thought of it that way. Or like, that's great. Like we got on the phone and we were just rapping about it for a good hour and a half. And it was a big moment for me. And then that night is when then I got to talk to Kayla about her film. We were outside this cafe, and as you can see, I'm a very sentimental person. I picked up the hat.
Let's see that hat. Let's get the sponsorship. Hey,
shout out to Clismo Cafe. Yeah.
So like after that rush, after that high, it was me and my partner Aaron, my producer Matt, talking to Kayla and Jeff and outside the cafe, and I'd already talk about like leading up to the festival. I'd already seen some promotional materials, and Ball is Ball really stuck with me, like its poster or something. And when Kayla mentioned she had directed that, I was like, oh yes, I'm seeing that. I'm very excited. I'm going to catch that. I didn't see her panel because that was the next day when I had the phone call with my professor, but I watched it in my computer like at the time it was happening. And then I caught the end of the panel. And I was like, oh shit, man. I was talking to her last night. Like she directed that. Like, damn. It was incredible. But like you get to, at Bravemaker, we really got to know the storytellers. And what was so cool was like the story is just coming out of them. You know what I mean? Like the story that they put on film, you could see it coming out of them. Just so you could see it as a part of who they are and what they want to say. And we all talk about our stories with such ease because it's who we are, and we just got, then we get a chance to see them on screen. The only person who really surprised me was Damien, because that story made me so mad, and talking to Damien makes you so happy. You know what I'm saying? You just have a great time talking to Damien, and I was so upset after seeing that documentary. But I was not expecting it, because before that I saw it was Eli's, and I just fucking loved that film. I loved how fun it was. I loved how representational it was. Like I grew up in a community where your look doesn't match your culture. You know what I mean? Your look doesn't, like, everybody was a diverse, like all those 5 girls were all completely different people from different ethnicities, from different backgrounds. And yet they all had this thing that they shared together. And like, that's just really representational of my life. Just that group dynamic of everybody coming from everywhere, but we all really vibe with each other, and we don't know any different. And the sense of humor it had throughout. I even commented at the end of the I was like, he got to talk about, he was like, well, I heard about his family life. I was like, I feel it. I see it. I see that dynamic. I see that, anyway, I really vibed with that. And then just utterly depressed when I saw Damien. But such good storytelling. I thought that was like, I mean, that's even more of a master stroke. This guy is such a positive person. Positive light. And this is the subject matter he was dealing with. And I got to feel that when I talked to Damien about it, he said that was his family. A lot of the people in the film were like, were his community. He said that there was a lot. Well, I'm sure he'll talk about it, but you could tell that need to tell that story, and I think that does give some kind of hope. And Kyrstina, the through line of your different outfit every day, like, just like kept it so fresh. I'm glad the photo that you and I have is of your Superman one.
Oh, thank you.
Beast is
that was one of my favorites.
It's amazing, and then Tony had to culminate and see the film that started it all. To see like the film that you made, that you put your heart and soul into, that is basically like kind of the drumbeat of the whole festival, and how you interact with everybody, and all that passion and love, and and all the learning and wisdom and all the stuff that went into that film, then you talk about the story coming out of you. Like you really, really embodied that. We got to see your story on screen, but we felt it every single day. Yeah, it was great. I could go on, but I mean, it just was a beautiful, beautiful thing to be a part of. And I felt very lucky, talking about being here to stay. I felt very lucky because we're in it early. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like you guys are just getting started, and it was so beautiful. It was just such a great thing to, you know, be best friends with Sean the second I met him. Like it was really great, man. I really can't wait to see y'all gonna take off.
Come on, from your lips to God's ears. Let's do it. Nick, thank you for those words, my G. They are shared equally. So yeah, great stuff. And I'll tell you, one of the fun announcements is we just want you to mark your calendar for July 13 to the 16, 2023, because that's our next year's film festival. So put that in your calendar. Make sure you do your vacations around that. That's one of our big announcements. All right. We moved it a week after the normal because we're like, we want to have a little more space from the 4th of July to deal with all the holiday challenges. But yeah, July 13 to 16, 2023. We're back, and we will be better. We got ideas to find partnerships with like local car companies for shuttles, because getting to the courthouse from the library, sometimes you got to rush over there. It would be nice to have a little shuttle, you know, so you could get there on time. So yeah, we have so many things we want to level up, and we know we got to hire like double the amount of staff just because I should not be like having a microphone in one hand and a walkie-talkie in another, going, all right, everybody settle in your seats. All right, guys, put the projection can start. Like I just like, what? Why am I doing that? I need to have a tech producer on site with me. And so yeah, we're gonna be better, level up. We're gonna have a party. Technically the party location ended at like 12:30, but we hung out there till like 3. We got to get a party location that could hang with us all night long. So yeah, and I would love to hear any of your other things you think we could do better too, because I think we'd like that vulnerability is important. But Eli, any story? First of all, let me pull up Eli, because Damien actually caught him on camera.
Eli's like, winners.
What? Let me pull that out. So this was like a major treat for me. We had $2,750 to give away in grants, and 6 people pitched. Eli was one of them. He rocked it. He's a great story. And I love that it's connected in the same kind of title universe as your first one here. So we'll have you talk about that. But let me share the audio and have this, because this is a fun one. Let's see here. I'm gonna put this and save it here. Ooh, how do I go back? Hold up.
Oh, oh, such a beautiful moment.
Oh wow!
I just wanted to just live in your chest, Tony. I just feel safe in that moment.
Look at him. You like took a step back. So good. And I talked with Wendy today. She's super busy till the 23rd, but she's gonna get back. But Wendy Pineda wants to produce this film. She wants to make it a feature. I want you to just be ready for that. She's like, I want to make it a feature. I want to make money. so she is. But I'm like, let's make the short first. Let them make the short first, then. So she's super stoked on you, man.
Oh, dude. I mean, it was such an amazing experience. Like, and then especially the Wendy news, because I was like, I pitched and everyone was laughing except for Wendy. She was the hard one to crack. I could tell she was into it. Like, she knows her stuff and she's tough, but like, and then I saw she cracked a smile and I was like, okay, I got it. I got her with the pitch and all that. But yeah, that was just such a beautiful moment. And just to be around so many people I got to know through the week, like it really felt like family, friends. Like it felt like I just felt safe to celebrate that with so many dope people that I know are such passionate, dope filmmakers in their own right. And yeah, it's gonna be a highlight of my year. Like honestly, we just wrapped the movie, and this was like our second screening, and it's just like, and I'm like, and then we're like, yeah. And then it's like, and then hearing like Wendy's like, I want to be a part of it, and I figured she was gonna want to do something a little more since she.
You did? Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, my girlfriend was like, "Well, it was nice knowing you. You just wrapped this film," you know? But it was just such a beautiful moment, and to share with all of you was so dope. But yeah, so many highlights. Like, I mean, I think what we're talking about is like, if you didn't see the movies, you got to meet the filmmakers, and everyone had a passion towards something about the world and was trying to do what they know best is storytelling to help or fix or shine a light on something. And to get to know them as human beings and get to know that passion through that project was something so special. Like me and Nick clicked really well. I didn't get to see his, but him as just a human being. Like it was just such a amazing experience just to connect with him and call him a friend. And he got me a dim sum, some recommendations when I went to San Fran too. So we're homies for life now. And then with Damien, yeah, like, dude, I was like, I'm opening up for this. Like, I'm a comedy. I was nervous at first because like, yeah, Damien's feature was just so beautiful. Like I was so excited to watch it. And then, yeah, we opened up and I was really nervous and you know, we had amazing reception from the audience. And then Damien's feature was just so absolutely beautiful. And just to be on stage with him, first off, thank you all for even putting me on stage as a short filmmaker. I felt weird being up there next to him. I was like, let's talk about his thing. Like that's serious. That's deep. But Damien was just so humble and so awesome and just like such a warm, vibrant energy. And we chatted like off to the side and just connected. And yeah, I'm just so passionate through your passion. Like you guys got me so hyped through your own worlds and things that you've gone through. And even Tony, like it was really cool to meet everyone who helped create this festival and to meet you, Tony. I feel like I got to know you through all the lives you touched and all the people you got to meet along the way. And they told me stories about you. So even though you were busy running around, I felt like I got to know you through the process, which was really cool. And then when on Sunday, when Last Chance Charlene played, I was like, I know where they shot that. That's downtown. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so-and-so. That's so-and-so. I felt like it was like all my friends were all in a movie, all like in our hometown, and we all just like made something together. So it was an amazing film in its own right, but it felt deeper and more like, I don't know, just more warm to know that like I felt like I was kind of a part of the community, like because I got to experience to get to know everyone throughout the week. So that was a nice like cherry on top of just film Redwood City community. That was really awesome to experience, to see that on screen and what y'all like created and made. Yeah, and then to hit it off on that party, man, like, and then just, yeah, to win that, I just feel so blessed and just grateful. And yeah, I like what Nick was saying, I feel like so happy that we're coming in early because I feel like, yeah, it's gonna just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Oh my God, it's gonna be so hype. I'm so excited for y'all. This is I feel blessed to be at this level.
Yes.
Ground level. It's gonna be amazing.
Well, next year y'all can be on a panel. Y'all can be leading and shepherding and mentoring the next crop of filmmakers. Because yeah, we need to double up the the human presence and power around this film festival. And so here's the second part of the teaser: is give it up for Wendy Pineda, but you know she's helping me with one of my projects, shopping it around right now, and she is like, you're right. She's very business, right? She is not, you know, always Miss Warm and Friendly. She's friendly and she's funny, but that's not what she cares about. She cares about getting stuff done and moving and shaking and producing and the business side as an entrepreneur. And she, in the same text about, you know, wanting to work with you, Eli, she said, and Brave Maker is too small. I'm going to help you grow it and make it bigger. And she called me. That was a text on the last day. And then she called me today and we talked, and she's like, I bought a new website. I need to get your permission for a few things, and then she just laid out this like whole business plan thing that is going to be happening over the year. I was like, yeah, we need to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Yep. Let's do. Okay. Oh, okay. And she's like, do I have your permission? I was like, well, let's get things in a contract and signed. She's like, okay, well, I already bought the website. I'm like, okay.
I love that.
Yeah, she wants to level Brave Maker up, and she's like, more people need to be a part of this. You need more people. It has to have a bigger presence. And this huge ideas about creating a community with launching more careers and making more movies and funding more films. So it's going to take a year. We'll see if it can get off the ground by the 16th of July, 2023. But yeah, there's exciting things happening. So hold up for us, y'all. Nick, we need Nick wants to help us get funding. So we're gonna need investors and all that kind of stuff, and donors as well. But good things are gonna happen.
I'm start canvassing. I'm gonna start going toward it. Yeah.
Well, Kyrstina, I'll let you ask another question, but I want to just kind of do some rapid other shout outs. What other people stand out that you talked with? I mean, just like kind of lightning round. What other films or filmmakers that you connected will be lasting for you?
Yeah, lightning round. What was your favorite film? What was I really love Surprising Algo en el Jardín. Oh my gosh. First off, I love a good silent film. I love a good horror movie. Tony and I working on a horror movie. If you're asking yourself the whole time, what am I watching?
What?
You're watching something pretty special.
Kyrstina, I knew you would love that movie so much. It's so strange and weird. And I have an affinity toward it. It was so perfectly short and weird. My mom, I was driving her back. She's like, what the heck was that? I was like, well, this is what I see. This is what I see. I don't know what you saw.
Yeah. It's like an ink blot. It's like, well, I see like a butterfly dancing on the moon. What do you see? You know, it's like wild. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I wanted to throw something in there, and I think it says a lot about the amazing programming. Because opening night, Mama Bears, like I was on a roller coaster of crying, like through the whole hour plus.
Yeah,
I was like, man, it was just so deep, and it was so well told through all these stories, and it was just so perfectly made. Because I thought of my mom, who was like, you're just trying to melt the heart. Like they're kind of there, they're kind of into. Because my sister, she's bisexual, and she came out. My mom's she's okay, but still a little. But this movie's perfect for her, you know. And I sent the link out and sent it to all my family and all that.
Awesome.
But also on a completely different note, I saw Jumping Jacob and Brave Faves, the 10 p.m. block. Dude, that thing, oh my God, that movie was the scariest thing. Like, and it was late at night. I put my feet up. That's how you know you're scared, when you put your feet up in the theater. You think someone's going to grab your ankles? Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love that one too.
Night. Oh my God. So that just says so much about your programming. Oh my God.
Fun.
It was dope.
Thanks. Yeah, that's good. That's good comments. I remember we watched that as a team together, and I just remember people said, "Oh my gosh, I think I just shat myself." There's just a couple moments. It was so fun.
Oh, I hate I missed that. I gotta.
You gotta catch that, Damien. It is Scream Out Loud. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll enjoy that.
I'm on it for sure.
I gotta say, Nadine ate it up and continue.
Yeah,
I mean,
she did. She ate. Yes, she did.
That was like that knocked me out too, man. That was like, what a feat that was. You know, dramatically and like, what's that?
25 rewrites. Like, it was a testament to, you know, write your story, rewrite it, write it again, share it with all. You know what I mean? Like, it was incredible, the process over the different, and I think she might have shared that at the Women in Film panel. She was talking about how long it took, you know, 10 years and bringing this to life. But yeah, Nadine, really strong storytelling.
Yeah. And the like the acting in it, like she directed that, and she was on camera a lot of the time. It just was really pretty. I mean, for a feature film, it's pretty incredible to see that, and to hear her be like, yeah, I'll go into $100,000 debt to make this movie. Like, let's like it was yeah, man, that was a crazy night. That was great. It was really incredible seeing her and her husband up there, still kind of like in a whirlwind from it, you know, as we all are, as you know, when we make films. But like, yeah, and then finding out she's just down the street from me out here in LA.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I love coming to Brave Maker to meet my neighbors. You know,
Yeah.
like Damien too. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, right. Hey, Tony, what was the name of the film? It's the first one for the Neo Soul block. The Neo Soul. It was
White
White-
Jesus, Black
White.
Problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not know. First off, I just did not know. But then when I watched it, I was like, oh wow, it's a musical, and it's
Right.
scored. It scores a cinematic story that's being told through generations. So
Mhm.
that was really dope, and I really like how it just pushed the line, and and how it opened up everything. I really enjoyed that. I mean, the block was really cool. That block was pretty cool. Really good.
Yeah.
That was a block that, you know, based on Robertino as our lead programmer, he really challenged us and me, because I was like, we don't normally program music videos, and which maybe we should. Some people said we probably should, but I said, this is not a
Yeah,
music
we
video.
should.
It's a documentary narrative music soul.
Yeah,
I was like,
See
okay.
that you're right. That wasn't a music video, and that's what I liked about it.
So much more.
It was more. It was I have a buddy named O'Henny who calls them videos, in which it tells a movie. It tells the essence, the being of the score basically. So it's just a score being brought to life, as opposed to the score. The score is usually put on after the film, and it's helped bring and tells the narrative. This was a score or a song that was being brought to life in a narrative fashion. So that was I dove down. Because at first I was like, "What am I? Tony?
Yeah.
Tony scheduled we put music videos up. I didn't know music videos." But then I was like, "Wait a minute, wait 1 minute." That's what I watched. I'm like, "Oh, I see now." And
It was something.
I don't like calling it experimental. It's his own art form in which the story is being told. So yeah, it was cool. Man. I really liked it.
Look up Fantastic Negrito on Instagram, y'all, if you want to learn more about that. Fantastic Negrito.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to, if that's all right, to like your industry panel was just incredible. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and they were all so different, you know, and like, you know, they all had completely different kind of energies and vibes. And, and Jeff was so candid and awesome to talk to throughout, you know what I mean? He showed up for everything, was amazing. And then and then all the people behind the scenes, like I love talking. I have so many new Instagram friends now. So many new numbers.
That's what it's all about. More Instagram viral.
I know, man. It's just I just loved meeting every single person. I mean, like, and Kyrstina was one person we were like, all right, we're gonna talk tonight. You have a party? Yeah, talk to you tonight. Oh shit. Man, I didn't see you. I'll talk to you tomorrow at breakfast. Okay, damn it. Like it was, you know, it was hard to see. It couldn't see every film just because, you know, show me how old I was, man. I'm tired. I'm like, I had trouble getting from next. But there's so much, there's just a rich wealth of things and people to me and films to see. And like, it was buzzing. It was buzzing the whole time. It was really cool.
What things would you have liked to have seen? What could have been better or different? Shuttle, more space, more time, more food. What comes to mind?
Be random, but when I realized that I could have been walking from the hotel to the center where everything was happening, as opposed to a $10 to $12 lift, I just didn't know that I could just walk down that path and get straight to everything. That would have saved me about $40.
That's good to know. Yeah, you can walk. Yeah,
you know, I was like, I didn't like. I was like, we could just walk. That was cool. But,
there was a path.
I'm like, I never figured it out.
I got lost. I did a loop when I said I'm gonna grade it. I did a loop, and I was like, okay, so this ain't it. And then I did that whole the GPS. I'm like, wait a minute. And then I didn't know. I said, oh, you peel off, you turn left. Now I understand that. But you know, that's off the top of the head, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Just to know that.
more communication for filmmakers to know how to just walk from the hotel. I already put a block of hotel rooms on hold for next year, so we will make sure that's a part of the communications package.
Well, yeah, one of those little people on a bike carting people around. You know what I mean? They put them in the back.
I wonder if you could get like electric bikes, or like that you could have those, like a company just go, can you give us 20 by the hotel or by the theater or whatever, right? Because our city doesn't have those electric scooters or bikes. We don't have those.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as the one that did walk, there were moments where it was like a little too hot, and I was like sweating for the first hour. So that shuttle service would be clutch, I think.
An air-conditioned shuttle service,
yeah. That was the first, like, I walk into the opening night and like I immediately went on the red carpet and I was just like melting from the walk. And I was like, yeah, I love to be here. It's a great time. It was just like, hopefully I don't look greasy and stuff. I'm just like, damn, like, but yeah, I mean, if you have a shuttle service, that would be, I think that fixes both.
Honda, Toyota, Ferrari, you out there? You listen?
Right, for every filmmaker gets a Ferrari. Just drive like 5 minutes. Yeah, that's a bag of
yeah, just a test drive for the future,
All right, good. Any others?
I think for me, I got a little lost trying to find the library. Just didn't because everything else was so close together that was like the one location that wasn't far, but it just wasn't like kind of right in the hub of everything. And so perhaps some type of signage just to make sure, let me know I'm going the right way.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then on top of that, we had in the program, we had a map with all of them, but in the library destination, the wrong number was put in there. So we had to, so, yep. More signage.
On the program, like it would have been great to have if on the back of your badge or something, like you could have the schedule. Because I found myself, like, me and my mom, when we got back to the hotel, we had like six different brochures, and we kept picking them up every time we went out because we just to know where to go at what time. And so
did the QR code not work for you?
It just didn't get that.
Okay.
It was unlimited battery, okay, Tony?
Okay, just check it.
That's what I was about to.
She doesn't work in tech anymore. She like
we had a
got out that way.
We had a QR code on the badge, people just to click it with the schedule. But I know there's so we're not Sundance yet, but Sundance will give a whole book with every description, and I know I like that. I like the paper, but it just gets like so costly to print all that stuff up. So. What's that?
It's cumbersome too. All the paper,
look.
You know what? Another suggestion, which I see that y'all good people are already doing, but I just wanted to recommend and also just say lean into it more. Y'all leaned into technology like with that QR code, and you leaned into technology to get things situated. I really enjoyed that. So even if it's more leaning into silent parties, silent screens, the headphones.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
You see what I'm saying? Like I really like how even having a app would be great, the Brave Makers app that they allow us to tap in and have these different conversations and have a chat board for everyone. That's just lean further into technology, but it's making things easier. That I'm starting. That's what it's for, but. It's not as cumbersome when it comes to like price points that I think at this present moment, but it's ways to add on to. I'm all about it. Build like I produce like events all around, and one thing I like people to walk away from is having an experience, a layered experience. Like those layered experiences, and that's what I got going to Brave Makers. Walking away with that, I walked away with a layered experience. And I was like, that's why I really enjoyed it. So that's what I'm saying. We're like leaning into that even more. Because y'all, you good folks are already there, but just keep going and keep pushing.
We're in Silicon Valley, so somebody make us an app. Help us out.
Make us an app. We had a filmmaker. We showed a film with an app creator. She's like 13 years old.
That's right.
Let's
Generation
get him on the
Coder.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing somebody else suggested, and I think about this for like some of your films, like Kayla especially, but to have a meditation room offering, to have a space that if we can secure another building or something, and we can create, like, I don't know, do a yoga, offer a few other things that maybe would stimulate some physicality or emotion. I think that would be really cool too. We'll work on it. Okay, friends, we got a few minutes, but any final lingering things you want to point people to? You want to spit out your next project you got going on? How about we just go around, or you can say your favorite thing of the week that you think people should watch.
Okay.
Or a misconnection. Was there someone you wanted to meet, connect, collaborate, talk to? You didn't get their name, their number,
What are we like a relationship app now too?
And misconnections. I saw that. That sounds hilarious. I like it though. Well, you know what? I'll start off, man. Well, you can follow me at Damien D Smith. Again, Damien D Smith, DAMIEN D Smith, on all social media platforms, and that'll let you know what we have going on over at 4910 Rosalie Productions and Detangles. Because we have our documentary Free to Be Free. That's Our God Made Us. We just screened at Essence. We part of the Essence Festival this year, and we had a big engagement with Essence because it was the anniversary, just so perfectly aligned. It was the anniversary of the Crown Act, the day of our screening of the documentary centered around the Crown Act. There it is, right there. The Free to Be Free with that cool as Gus Bennett photo. Yes. So that's moving around and that's touring around, and also we have a docu-series coming out called Detangling the South, in which we highlight the undertold and undervalued stories of women's contribution to the civil rights movement. So that's another thing that we're working on. So it's like projects that we got moving out. So if you follow me on social media, I keep everyone up on it, and also and these other projects. So we have narratives that we're putting on, and then we're going to link up with Brave Maker to get these narratives made as well, because that's our phrase as well. And I want to say one more time how much I appreciate every filmmaker on this panel, because it was a great time screening with you good people, and your energy is infectious. So I appreciate y'all, and appreciate you, Kyrstina and Tony, because Brave Makers is moving on. I appreciate you.
I want to see some of our names in each other's credits on the next films, because we're going to be helping each other. Okay.
Yeah.
More and more. Good. All right. Who's next?
Yeah, I just want to jump in after that. Like, this goes without saying, but all of you on here and everybody there, I mean, you count me in. If any of y'all need anything artistically or whatever, I mean, like, you guys got a brother for life. This just was so. I was so inspired. I said it when I was interviewed, and I'm gonna say it again. Like, when I got into Brave Maker, I didn't necessarily feel brave. You know what I mean? I knew I was trying to tell a story about brave people, but I didn't feel brave. And just being around all of you guys, I saw the bravery, and I'm gonna aspire to it. I hope to. And so, yeah, you guys y'all just amazing. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm happy.
Yes.
I know Kayla and I already got the wheels turning. Like, we already know we're writing something together. You know what I'm saying? So
awesome.
Whatever you guys need, Eli, even if it's just dim sum, let's go.
I'll help produce. I'm here to help produce. You let me know.
Yeah. And I'm gonna catch Damien real soon. I know. It looks like I see home. I see we're back home. We're here. Anyway, yeah. And Kyrstina, Tony, man, I know you guys have a lot of projects in the works, so please let me know how I could help, not just with the festival, but we got you. This is amazing.
Thanks, my G.
That's
you
amazing.
Kayla?
Since I got the dim sum shout out, yeah, I'll go next. Y'all, man, like, so whoever's listening or whoever wants to talk to other filmmakers, as a filmmaker who spent like 6 years in Los Angeles, who's used to the LA scene, this is such a breath of fresh air. Like, if you're used to the hustle and bustle and you're stressed out and you're worried about people judging you and the rat race and the shark infested waters, like, this is a place to love, acceptance, support, and excellence. And the exciting thing is they're just getting started. So if they are already set this energy at this level, you could only imagine what the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years will look like. And as a filmmaker who's not in the LA scene, as a filmmaker who maybe is outside of the industry a little bit and wants to take a chance, this is a great festival to find that support, find that love, find that push, find that motivation to be brave. So I feel like on no matter what scale or level you are as a filmmaker, this Brave Maker Film Fest serves you in so many ways. And it's been such a blessing to connect with all of you. It's all honestly authentic connection. And clearly, you can find me on social at It's Eli Vasquez on all my social. You'll see my production company, Hype Media House. We actually have 2 films, The Bodies Will Tumble Roll and Quince Till Infinity, out in the festival circuit right now. Quince Till Infinity is a trailer up. It's like End of the Fucking World, but with Latinos and escaping a quinceañera, and it's really fun. But yeah, those are 2 films I have out now, and apparently I'm making a feature. So that's on the docket now. So let's get it popping.
Tell everybody the title of that one.
Yes, yeah. So it was unplanned, but the title.
It was not planned.
It wasn't planned, no. But because I was like, well, Bodies Will Tumble was the one I shared. Because I made, so the title's called Heads Will Rock and Roll. And I made that one first. Yeah, so it just...
When you said that out loud, I was like, oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, and it just sounds so badass. So like the log line is, it's a teen Latinx punk band. They have to come together and use the power of rock to save their grandma in the wake of a zombie outbreak. So, and it very much talks about environmental racism in my hometown.
There we go, brother. There you go.
And Damien Smith is gonna be supervisor on that, because he knows all about that stuff, and he's just
supervising producer, baby.
Supervising producer on that. So, literally, there's so many things I could say. This was such a breath of fresh air. This is exactly what I needed to get started and going. And I'm forever going to look back on this moment and just smile. And I'm excited to be at the Brave Maker down the line. And I'm like, remember when we hold 2 microphones? Because for some reason it didn't. Because it's going to be all fancy and nice and all.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. It's so
humble, man. I love it. I love it. We're going to look back on this and be like, dude, that was a thing. But we had a good time anyway. We're just happy to be there. But thank you all so much. Literally, it was a beautiful experience. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Eli. Eli Vasquez, everybody. That's good. Kayla.
Yeah, I can't say it enough for just how special of a time this was, and just Brave Maker has been a part of my filmmaking journey from the jump. And Ball is Ball was a film that started in a Brave Maker screenwriting workshop. And being fiscal sponsee and helping me crowdfund and all of I'm just wrapped up in Brave Maker. So writing, directing. I'm also, you can catch me in Last Chance Charlene, acting as Ayla. And so, across the board, we're out here. I just recently finished a short documentary project that is actually about my mother, and it's called Quilted Education. And it tells a story of how when I was in the 4th grade, I had a white 4th grade teacher who said they weren't going to teach Black history. And so my mother took it upon herself to bring her quilting talents to make just a huge Black history quilt that featured just Black heroes through all different segments, from civil rights to sports to entertainment, literary, just filled with heroes. And she's been teaching with that quilt since I was in the 4th grade. And so that was a story that I wanted to capture. And I'm really, really excited to share that story soon.
So cool.
And socials, Kayla Ray, KAYLORRAY, on all the things.
I'm full up. Kyrstina and I are going to be in Chicago on the 20th of July. So if you're in Chicago, come see us, spread the word, come see Last Chance Charlene. And then Kyrstina and I are taking 2 weeks off from the live shows, and we'll be back in the beginning of August when our screenwriting workshop starts. We're going to have screenwriting workshops every Tuesday and through August and September. So if you want to be like Kayla and develop a film, short or feature, let us know. That'll be released by Friday, all the registration and stuff. We only have 12 spots. We'd like to keep it small. And what else, Kyrstina? Anything else we need to say before we cut out of here? I wish we didn't have to go. I wish we could still be hanging out in Redwood City together and then writing together and making movies together. We will.
We're gonna take a 2-week break to go.
Oh, did we lose you? The Joker is frozen. Kyrstina. All right, you'll be back. Oh, we lost you. Okay. I will have to do the now you're muted. Let's see. Hold on a second. Uh-oh.
All right.
You're back. Try it again.
Oh, we won't be back for next week, so maybe we'll go live in Chicago.
So maybe. Yes, we should definitely. We'll do some live stuff in Chicago. Yeah, for sure. There might also be another special cast member coming out too. It's not quite announced yet, but I got word today that we might be joined by somebody else. But okay, that's it, y'all. Nick, Eli, Damien, Kayla, thank you so much. I'm so thrilled and so happy. And seriously, put it in your calendar. Please join us next year. Be on our team. Help us make stuff. And Brave Maker is here for you for whatever you need for the future too. So if you're watching this, oh, by the way, somebody asked in the comments, there are so many comments. There's a lot of live people watching today. So thank you for watching live and or on the replay. Somebody said, where can I get these films to show in classrooms? Right now, they are still streaming on bravemaker.com. You can rent these films, and all the filmmakers get 50% of all their rentals. And then you should follow all these filmmakers. So when their films go live or they become on VOD somewhere, you could be supporting them and using them and showing their films in spaces. Also, hire these filmmakers to come out and do talks. Hire these filmmakers to come and do their their screenings and talkbacks. Damien, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I wanted to say something real quick. Target St. Louis Volume 1 has teaching toolkits and also law review articles about it. So, that's what we do. That's how we work at getting policy change and things like that. We show our documentary films, and also it's with a teaching toolkit where we have conversations and pull out and extract the themes and also the issues that are presented within the documentaries. And then that's how we help get legislators to change their minds and things like that, or bring them up to abreast to all the situations. So if you want to talk to us, hit me up on social about bringing Target St. Louis Volume 1 or Free to Be Free. That's how God made us, over to your school or university.
I want to see. I haven't seen Free to Be Free. That's how God made us. So can I see that? We can show that on the square like we did Nick's film. We have every other Thursday. We have a spot. So if you want to come back up at some point too, we have through the first week of September, Damien.
There we go, brother. We work it out. And I get you over a link. And go from there.
Cool. All right, everybody else, make sure you sign up on our mailing list, bravemaker.com/buzz. We have like 1,600 people now who get our emails, and we're going to be having a huge recap email come out by the end of the week by Michaela Morris, our intern director of communications. And we also are a nonprofit, so don't forget you can support us. You can text the word Brave Maker to 44321. And that'll give you a link right to your phone. You can give $25 a month, $500 a month, whatever you can. And all this money goes right back into this nonprofit for us to do the film festival, support filmmakers. And we have big dreams. And just wait, a year from now, there's going to be a major big thing that's going to inspire community, that's going to fund more films, that's going to educate. We came up with educate, elevate, and entertain. How about those 3 E's? How about that? More to come. So stay tuned to all of our socials. And we always end the show with this. Don't go away because we want to take a picture with you all. But brave stories change the world. And you are the story. I think Kyrstina's mic's out. All right. Bye, everybody. We'll be back in a second. Filmmakers.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at bravemaker.org. Like, subscribe, and share. To become a monthly donor, text the word BraveMaker to 44321 or go to bravemaker.com/donate. Thanks for tuning in.